everybody, Ken and Brandon here for Thursday Night Poker. We've been off for a couple of weeks, couple of technical difficulties, some weird stuff going on. Just Brandon was sick, I had stuff going on. But we're back, Thursday Night Poker TV, with the January Stack Tournament. Huge Stack Tournament.
I don't know how many players.
A lot.
It's been a long time.
I think it was like, I don't know, 95, 100.
This is probably a good estimate.
I think it was 9 tables with alternates, maybe 8 tables with
alternates. No, this
alternates.
is a 120? Oh.
Yeah, 120. 15-minute levels for the first 10 levels, 10 levels of open registration, and then levels after that went to 20 minutes long.
When registration closes.
7K guarantee. I think the prize pool was up almost at 10.
Sweet.
So it was pretty awesome.
So crushing it.
Crushing it.
Well, we got a guy with 1 big and a guy with 5 bigs and a guy with 12 and 14 and 14. So there's a lot of shorties here.
A lot
Blinds
of shorties.
have caught up to the big stacks.
Wing is a regular. We were just looking at it before we started. We were like, man, I don't know if I know all of these guys. A lot of these guys, I know their faces, but I don't think they've ever been on the TV table before. No. Which is kind of cool. It's nice to get some new faces out there.
So Wing here, blinds are 25, 50, 50. He's only got 300K. I think he's basically...
6 big blinds?
Yeah, he's doubling it, but he's never folding.
Oh, Jesus. Rob with aces.
Welcome to your first hand at the stream table.
Yeah, he's not playing around. He's going to get it in there with aces, cover the jugular, wings blinking. He's
Only
like,
Postel could fold
I
this.
don't know if I can fold. I think he might. Does he fold? It'd be a sick fold if he folds. Leaves him with 4 big blinds.
I mean
you got 7s,
so
right?
Tough.
Well, my fear always, and he doesn't. I mean, who gives that away? I mean, you're just not going to. You can't afford to fold there.
No.
It's just, you're just doing it.
If you're going to fold, you just fold pre-flop. If you're ever going to fold.
If you're going to get rid of 7s, you just get rid of the 7s before.
Right, you are under the gun, but you got 6 bigs. You can't blame the guy for getting in 7s with 6 bigs.
How's the run out?
Not looking good. 10-10 deuce, turn 8, river, 9. Ooh. A lot of middle cards. Not enough.
A lot of low cards, and none of them are a 7.
No.
But yeah, I mean, in all honesty, there's 0 chance. The only time you fold 7s there is if you decide to get rid of them pre-flop. I'll wait for a better spot. Because in all honesty, what are you hoping for with 7s? To get up against 2 overcards?
Yeah.
And then again, you're a 50-50 flip? I mean, these guys have been playing for 10 hours.
But
it's so hard to do.
The next hand, he's in for 100 pounds. So he has to put in a third of his stack with a random hand anyways.
Yeah, that's true.
So you ain't really going to find a better spot.
It wasn't 2 8s or 2 9s? Whatever it was.
Yeah. Oh, I couldn't find any of this stuff, and then now I found it. Yeah.
What's that at?
Good Notes. It's great.
I
They should call it Great Notes. You like that?
Yeah.
All right, so first hand wings out.
And
here's the rough part, and we do appreciate this for players that get to play on these final table TVs, because they're not streamed live, they're recorded, and then we do the commentary during the week. That way it's a nice, consistent thing for us. But poor Wing, you got to take like this 20-minute break to get all the production of moving everything over, and then hearing the rules. You can't swear, you can't do this, you got to use your circle, and then to get one hand, get 7s, big off, and then you're out.
That's it. Goodbye.
It's like, son of a bitch, I should have just waited.
Yeah. So, interesting spot here. Christian only has 75K. 50K he has to put towards his ante, leaving him 25,000, which is not enough for a big blind. That is all he can double up on.
Yeah.
So,
unfortunate, but it's just the way it goes.
Tom's making it 100. Blinds are so big here, the open is just going to be double, 2x.
Yeah.
Vince is going to come along. Hopefully, Paul can get this side power. 25, 25, 25, and 25. He's got it right.
So this is where the difference between big blind ante first or the big blind first. Because right now, Christian is only available to win his
25K times 3. Whereas if it was big blind first, then ante, he would have his full 50K big blind, 25 for the ante, and he could triple up on that 50K.
Right, which is
150. So
right.
you can only
plus the trail, plus the antes,
25,
plus the whatever. I mean, but we've talked about this. The old way antes were done is you paid your ante first and then you played the blinds. Why would they ever change it the other way around? Who's the big Matt Savage? Is like the big tournament guy that everybody loves. Did those poker awards come out yet, or they're still voting or whatever? I don't vote for them.
Came out.
Anyways, he's up for like tournament director of the year or whatever. And he does take an incredible a lot of time to do. You know, he really helps people answer questions and stuff, which I really enjoy and like. But he's a big advocate of big blind, the ante first,
Yeah, me too.
the way we do it, which is not the norm. The norm is you pay your big blind first and then the ante, which I think is back-assward and doesn't work.
So Vince rivers a pair of sevens here. Check, check, flop. Vince had the spade draw. Turns an ace. Tom repped the ace. Got called by Vince. River a seven. Check, check. Vince wins. Knocks out a player.
A little unorthodox for Tom to bet there when a player's all in. I mean, I know it's that kind of.
I think
like,
he was just hoping that there is a side pot too.
Yeah.
There was a big side pot.
What's your thoughts on the idea of if you're a third player in the hand and you're heads up, unless you've got the goods, you don't really bet anything?
I mean, not when there's a side pot.
How's that work?
So I really like that rule because it's like you're actually colluding, but everybody does it, so it's fine.
Right.
So I don't know what to compare that to. It would be like
But that's only with a dry side pot, though. In this case, there was 50.
a wet side pot?
Yeah, there was 125 in the main pot and 150 on the side pot. So there's more on the side pot.
Right. At that point, you can kind of try to get
Right.
in there.
Plus, king, queen, high could be good. It's not like he's really bluffing
Right.
against a random hand. I mean, the board was ace, jack, jack, too. If he doesn't have an ace, a jack, or a two.
When it's unethical to do, I guess, or not positive EV for the entire tournament field. But the problem is you're not protecting the field by not betting your hand. I don't know. It's one of those really
It's
weird.
really weird, yeah.
It's like an untalked about rule that everybody does that you really shouldn't do.
So, yeah, not really
because
the
it's
rules.
against the rules
Right.
to do it. Anyways, kind of wild. King 10 for Rich, Ace Queen for Tom in the middle of the table there. He's all in for 440.
I love when the short stacks get mad at the guy for betting the guy out of the
Yeah,
side
it's like,
pot.
what do you want me to do?
Right.
You would have done the same thing if you had any
Yeah.
money,
Yeah.
but you don't. So quit your bitching.
So we got, raised to 100 by Rich, off a 1.1 million chip stack
Yep. Rich is
from
in
the hijack.
Yes.
And now Tom wakes up with ace, queen, suited.
And the big blind. I like it. So you got a raise and then an all in. And now he's trying to decide, can he fold for 340K? He can.
He can.
He gets away from
Yeah.
it. That actually isn't a terrible spot. Why is it 65-35? Because it's the suited aces? Suited ace queen?
65, 35. Yeah.
I mean, it's got to be. Unless that king or a 10 had got folded. I don't know if it takes that into account.
No, it doesn't. I think it's just one of those better 60-40s. The straights run through ace, queen with king 10. And
So you're in trouble either way. Got a new trailer today.
it's pretty sweet.
It is pretty sweet. All this good stuff. It's a 610 Mustang.
Oh, yeah. 610 Mustang. I knew that.
Sweet.
Vince with the Ducks.
Quack, quack, Mr. Ducksworth.
I've never seen this room set up this way. It's weird.
Well, because we get rid of some of those tables and then add the RFID table to the middle of the room, which is kind of nice. This is at like midnight, right? 11:30.
Yeah.
It's pretty late on Saturday night. Fish fry every Friday at the Warrenville VFW, if anybody's wondering. That's where we are today, the VFW in Warrenville.
Today.
There's Tom in the background. Tom makes the best darn cheeseburgers that a VFW can make. They used to be much better. I think they've changed.
Yeah, cheaper meat or something.
Maybe.
But
I don't
those
know.
are-
In all honesty, I don't think Tom's cooking as much. I think Tom has the gift of hamburger, and now he doesn't want to do it because it's a pain in the ass.
Right. And he knows that everybody wants his. and-
Correct, because
Yeah.
his are so much better. When I see him cooking, I order a cheeseburger.
Yep.
If Tom's not cooking, I'll opt for something else.
The cheese fries.
Cheese fries are phenomenal. They also had these jalapenos from like the army. They were like a 4-gallon bucket, like tin can, like a
Yeah.
like a whatever.
Like a can, aluminum.
It
or
looked
a-
like something out of an army surplus store.
Yeah.
It might have been,
Right.
and they're jalapenos. And they were like the most hot, crazy, like it would burn your mouth. It was, and it's jalapeno. It's not supposed to be crazy hot. It was wild. All right, 9-5 versus 4s here. It's kind of nice to have two overs when you've got 9-5. Not
Correct.
great for the 4s. Check on the flop. It's a small blind, big blind.
Yep.
Yeah, Robin, the small blind's gonna. Oh no,
Rob checks.
Rich
Rich
is
is gonna
gonna
fire
fire
it
it out. See what happens here. He doesn't really have anything other than. He doesn't even have more chips than him.
Right? He's got more
Just
heart.
more more heart. He's got a heart draw. It's nice to take down a 50K pot there, though.
It is.
Plus the ante.
More, profit.
Yeah.
Correct.
I am down.
Plus the ante.
So it was really 100.
What are we talking about?
150K
Talk
pot.
about it?
He just
yeah, the
he,
ante's
he
down
was
to
in for
20.
2/3 of that 150K.
The ante is now 25.
Yes, it went down because they're 5-handed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the new rule that we're going to stick with it for 2020 for all deep stack tournaments is, or any, I guess it should be any big blind anti-structured tournament, is when you get down to half of the final table, which is 5 players, you're at half of the ante to really give them a better, right? I mean, it's just a better structure. So when people are like, oh, it's 6-handed, we get it done. That's not the case. The case
Or
is,
it's 5 and 6, and the table of 5 wants it with 11 left.
that's
They don't get
insane.
either.
It doesn't happen until you're down to the final 5 players of the tournament. Vincent with 10 deuce of hearts. Another fold around to the blinds and then
Hello.
limp check.
That's the nut flop for Vince.
The nut flop.
Literally the nut flop.
Yeah, and the worst flop for Rich because he flops top pair. You're pretty sure King's good at this point because nobody else has bet. Any better Kings are going to raise you pre-flop, right?
Pretty much. I mean, yeah, you got to love your hand with King 6 here. It's blind versus blind. Queen is another bad card for Rich because now his kicker problems go out the window.
Correct, because now you got King, Queen with deuces, so
Yep.
now you're not worried about anything
So
other
really,
than
you lose to a deuce.
you-
That's it.
Yeah, nothing else. So now we got a 200K bet and then a raise from Vince here. Vince is going to make it 400K. Sneaky, sneaky bastard.
Yeah.
450. All right. I hate the min raise. You know how I feel about min raises.
He like snap raised there. I think Rich is going to be able to get away from this.
Think so?
Yeah.
I hope so. He's drawn pretty thin. He's drawn to a king. 2 kings. 1 king because 1 king already got folded.
They don't fold.
Nice.
So, yeah. Vince could have flatted again there because he's got him just so cooked, but
But do you know that? I mean, I guess.
he should.
I guess. It's hard to. I have difficulty knowing when to continue my bets to when to raise. When am I? When do you set? When do you spring the trap? Not set the trap. When do you spring the trap? Right.
When they check to you. If they keep betting, you keep
So you let him see 5 cards there. Let him see the
don't-
river.
you don't
If he checks the river into you thinking, I don't really know where I'm at, I'm going to do it, that's when you fire in because at that point you can maybe get him to think that you're bluffing, and then you might actually
And
get
you
called.
already have the trap set, yeah. I mean, if they're going to keep betting, you should just keep calling. You can spring the trap.
And when you got deuces there, what are you worried about? Because really, no kickers are playing anywhere.
Like you can spring the trap on the river if they bet, you just raise.
So
I
wait
would
till
always
the
wait.
river.
I would always wait until they at least check.
Check or the river. Obviously, in the
Check or
river,
river.
you're out of options, so that's your last
Check
time
or
to do
the
it.
river is
Okay.
a good.
So a premature sprung
It's
trap.
not like this is Omaha.
you ever
where we
been
have, like,
premature before, Brandon?
a few times.
Yeah, it's happened to me too.
Like there's 2 flush draws on that board. There was 2 spades and 2 diamonds. Like in Omaha, you might want to just raise and like protect.
Because there's
Hand.
way more draws happening.
Yes.
But in a 5-handed
Here,
final table,
With blind versus blind.
you're not really concerned with diamonds and spades there.
No.
Vince has got a massive chap lead.
Oh, is that you wearing white?
That's
Is
me
this-
wearing white.
Is it
It's a
Sunday?
Bizarro Kenny.
Church Sunday?
No, Saturdays I wear white now.
Okay.
It's like a Bizarro Ken. I'm wearing black today.
I know. Standard colors.
Standard. My new sweatshirt from Old Navy. This podcast brought to you by Old Navy. It's actually not true. The lady at Old Navy yelled at me because I paid cash. It was like a $40 sweatshirt, so I just gave her. It's like $39.70.
Okay.
I gave her $40. And
Yep.
she's like, "Oh, I have to go to another register to get change." And I was like, "It's 30 cents. Don't worry about it. Like, I'm not waiting for 30 freaking cents." She's like, "Oh, I got to go to the back and get more change." I was like, "You know what? Don't." She's like, "Sir, you can't leave if we have money." I was like, "You owe me, not
Right.
the other way around.
Right. I
I'm
can
leaving.
leave.
I am not waiting.
Put it in a donation jar.
Whatever.
A tip
I don't
jar.
care what
Throw
you do
it on
with
the
it.
floor.
Throw it away.
Give it to the bum on the street. I'm
Right.
leaving.
Walk out the door, throw it in the parking lot. But I'm not waiting 10 minutes for you to bring me a quarter and a nickel.
Right.
Sorry. At that point, I can say my time is worth more than 30 cents.
It is.
Now, if I had given her 100, I'm waiting for $70.30. I'll stick around. I'll hang out in Old Navy, fold some shirts until it's time to go.
Take a look at the pajama section.
All right, so Vince raised with Ace King.
of hearts
Pretty
on
pretty
the-
big raise because we're still at 25.50. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sizable bet, especially since Vince is the massive chip leader here. Tom's
Tom's
going to get
gonna
involved
see.
with the KJ. KJ off.
Very serviceable hand on the button.
Yeah, I mean,
you can't really just.
you got to make some
fold.
stuff. Looks like an ace on the flop there.
And maybe a face card.
Oh no, King Queen 9.
Another
That's
just money flop
pretty
for
money flop. Yeah. Let's see if Tom can get away from this one. Tom, channel your inner. What was the other guy's name? I don't remember. The guy with the blue shirt on, who was able
Rich.
to fold. Rich. Tom, channel your inner Rich and get away from this hand.
I mean, it's so.
'Cause you're
tough
gonna
to
go
fold this
broke.
hand. I would never fold.
I would lose.
There's 800K in the pot,
Yep.
and Tom's got 300K. You're
Yep.
in there, Tom.
There
You're
goes.
Slam dunk, fist pumping like, let's go.
Shaboom!
I mean, worst case, you got 6 outs.
Yeah, you got a 10, you got a jack, you got, and I mean, you think maybe a king. King's no good here though.
No,
And in all honesty, he could be up against Ace Queen.
that's what I'm saying.
Vince
Ace
plays
queen.
the. I'm sorry, yeah, I didn't
Or
catch
ace
that
jack.
part. He plays it the exact. Vince plays the exact same way if it's Ace Queen.
Oh, hello.
Gross. Bink. So he 4 straights him. I wanted to say 4 flush, but it's a 4-card straight on the board. Yeah, I mean, this is poker, right? Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, sometimes you get whacked in the nuts with the 10 on the river.
I mean, yeah, you can never really.
I
Fold
mean,
that.
Vince isn't upset about it. He's still got 1.7 in chips.
Right. You get big chip lead, so you can lose pots and still have.
Maria
chips.
Ho, great quote.
We've used that every week for the last.
I
2
mean,
months.
it's really good.
But it's very relevant.
I mean, it's nice to hear that. It makes you feel. I mean, even Tom's a little like, nah, what do you want me to do?
And now look at. I mean, if Tom,
Nah, it's a
if Vince
big
won
switch.
that pot,
Oh yeah, he's
2.8 mil.
He's at 4 million almost. 3.8. 1.7 and 1.1 add up to
I can come out.
2.8.
holy smokes! You want to edit that out?
No, it's in
Okay,
there.
okay.
It's in there for life. Math no my strong suit.
Jeez.
Yeah, that was a rough one. Oh well. So what are you getting at IKEA today?
I was just gonna say I can't wait to eat the meatballs at IKEA. Like, this is
No,
gonna be
I
my
know,
next
it's good.
statement. Ooh, and I always get like they always have like the freezer bags to go like on the checkout. I get just a fat one of those. There's like 1 carb per serving in
Per
those
ball,
things.
which is probably a couple of balls.
Right.
Right.
It's not even bad.
I
I'll eat-
congratulate
I'll
you
eat
for
10
being
balls.
able to say 10 balls and balls that many times
Yeah.
without one giggle. I couldn't get through it. I giggled a couple times. All right,
Let me, a chair.
Aces makes their
Holy
second appearance.
smokes.
I told you this table's like pew, 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 fireworks.
So Vince has 10 deuce flops trips, ace king flops top loses, but still gets aces.
I mean, that's what
He's
you want.
already had aces, right?
No, aces were
Oh, yeah,
down on
by
the other
Puma.
side of the table somewhere.
Puma. Rob. AKA
Rob with 10-6. Come on, Rob. You're just slowing down time. here.
Now, Vinny potted that one at 250. That's a full 4x.
But in all honesty, Ace King, he made it 240. So like he's consistently in the same realm, which
Yeah.
we talked about. If you're gonna bet big all the time. You got to bet big on your big hands,
But
and you
is
got
he
to
gonna
bet
do
big
that
on
with
your
10
bad
nine
hands.
suited?
We'll find out. I mean, we'll see if
His
he
ace
does.
king and kings are
Yeah, those
they're
are
in the same
top 4 premium
realm
hands.
of.
What do you qualify the best 4 hands in poker? Like no limit hold'em, top 5 hands. What would you rank the top 5 hands? Meaning, like obviously aces are number 1, kings
Aces,
are number
kings,
2.
ace, king, queens.
So
jacks.
ace, king, and then queens,
Yeah.
and then jacks. Really, jacks are number 5?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
You don't have. I mean, it's your choice. Rob with ace 10 this
Like
time.
ace king is a better hand than queens. Like I would rather have queens if it was up against ace king.
Yeah,
But that's
understandably.
different.
But
I'm
like,
saying, like
if
you're
you were
just-
ranking,
if I get to pick to get queens every hand or ace king every hand, I'm gonna pick ace king.
interesting.
Because you dominate.
Yeah, I think it's like a
So
tie
nice.
for third. Ace king suited and queens. Does a suited matter, or
Yeah, I mean obviously.
you'd prefer to have suited? But like, would you rather have ace king off or queens?
ace king off.
Wow, so it's really legit for you. It goes aces,
yeah.
kings, ace king, and then queens, and then jacks.
Yes.
So you'd rather have jacks versus ace queen.
Yes.
And then what's after jacks? Ace queen?
Probably.
Yeah. Gets
It's a
weird,
little-
right?
it's a
Then it
little
gets
weird.
a little odd down in the middle ground. Well, then it's like you're almost taking chunks of like cards, like ace queen, ace jack, ace 10, suited, tens,
Tens,
nines,
nines,
eights. Yeah, it's like they kind of go together.
King, queen, king,
Right.
jack. Queen, jack.
Ace king for Jordan. This is just a lot of good hands.
Yeah.
A lot of good hands.
Rich is out there with the 9 deuce. Vince, 9-6 suited. He gonna.
Ooh, he thought about it. He really thought about it. Jordan takes down a nice sized pot here with a big hand.
Do they have a fish fry every Friday, or is it just Fridays during
No,
Lent?
I think it's every Friday. It's not Fridays during Lent. It's like every Friday.
Do they have like a all you can eat fish fry during Lent or something special, or
Why does
every
Lent
Friday?
have to be special?
Because there's no meat on Friday.
Well, I know why Lent is special, but they've extended the fish fry from
Wow.
not
I'm gonna
Lent.
drive there before.
Just ripping it all the time.
Where are we at on Friday?
Friday we're at Oak Lawn. You want to do our breakdown right now?
Sure.
So it's kind of a cool weekend.
So this is a weird weekend because we screwed up.
Did we screw up? I didn't screw up.
This
How
is
did you
actually
screw up?
the first Friday of the month. and
Oh,
it's at
okay.
o'clock.
So because Valentine's Day lands on a Friday this year, the VFW and Oak Lawn wanted to switch to a different time frame, so they ended up doing the first weekend. It's also weird too that the first of the month was a Saturday, which
Yeah.
also throws off because normally it goes Oak Lawn and then Warrenville always. But we're at Warrenville this weekend, and
Also, that actually makes it, by them going back, it still keeps our weekend consistent.
Correct.
Of going Oak Lawn, Warrenville,
yes,
wherever we are on Sunday.
yes, I think the same principle why they switched Warrenville. We just moved them both up, and then it gave us the opportunity to be able to do the full blown weekend during
Next
Valentine's Day at the Bridgeview Community Center. So this weekend we got Friday at Oak Lawn is the Friday Night Deep Stacks. Saturday is Warrenville for the
Mega Stack?
Mega Stack. I know it is. We always do the second Saturday of the month in Warrenville, but
Yeah.
because this first Saturday was by itself, the second Friday is actually would be next weekend.
Right.
So like it would have switched everything around. It happens a couple of times this month where the first Saturday is the first day of the month, so you don't get the Oak Lawn previous because it's always the second Saturday, second Friday is the Oak Lawn Warrenville.
Right.
But this time because the Saturday was on the first,
They would have chopped them up.
it would have split them up, right? So we ended up moving it around to make it work, and it worked better.
So where are we at on Sunday?
I'm still confused. I'll start over. Friday's
Stop.
Oak Lawn at the Friday Night Deep Stack, 6:30. Saturday is Warrenville for the Stack Tournament. 2020 Stack is now 15-minute levels for the first 10 levels, 20-minute levels after that. Late reg through the first 10 levels.
No, it's a Mega Stack.
It's a
10K guarantee.
it's no, it's a regular stack,
Oh, just
120 stack.
120 stack.
So you're probably looking at 100 people in that
Yep.
one, and then we're going to do the live table
So
again.
it's basically just this tournament we're
This
watching
tournament
right
we're watching now will be the same on Saturday. So if you're enjoying this on Thursday Night Poker, be there on Saturday, and you may be able to find yourself on CCG Poker TV. Yeah.
Hopefully you like Vince and not like Wing.
And then Sunday, I'm super excited about. Sunday, we're back at Tavern on LaGrange.
Hello.
Great spot, shitty parking.
Yep.
So get there early, which we've made it beneficial for you. We're doing the $300 black chip bounty to kind of work our way into the bounty massacre tournament that is next weekend, 2 weeks from now, 2 weekends from now. Whoever knocks out the most players in the black chip bounty tournament will win a free seat into the $580 St. Valentine's Day Massacre tournament.
That's gross.
14, 15, 16.
That's gross.
So if you knock out 5 players and you happen to be it, not only do you get $500 cash for knocking players out, because you get $100 per bounty, but you also get a free seat into the bounty tournament of the year.
Yeah.
That's gross, right?
Yep.
Seems like I should have thought about that more.
Yeah.
But whatever. It's already out there. Exciting. It's all
So,
exciting
if
stuff.
you're probably going to knock out. The winner's probably going to have 7 or 8 bounties.
Yeah. But it's not always confirmed that, because I've had times, remember Ice Haze won the tournament, he had only his original bounty, he didn't knock a single player out, and he won the tournament. Now I think they ended up chopping and he got first place money, so he technically didn't even knock out second place, but he had no bounties. And then Stacia, who did not get into the money,
She had nine bounties and
out
didn't
of
make the
like
money.
24
Right,
people,
right.
she knocked out like almost half of the field.
Yeah. And she didn't cash.
And she didn't cash.
But she still made like 3rd place money
Yeah.
probably because
Because you play a different game. It's super fun. So, lots of bounties. Lots of good stuff this weekend. Tons of cool promos.
So Vince limps under the gun with 3s. Tom is blasting into 210 with ace king on the button.
2 chip leaders going at it.
And Vince is gonna try and set mine and win the tournament, I think.
I like it.
Ace, Jack, 4.
Tom outflops Vince on this one, which he seemed to do the last time they kind of went head-to-head here.
Tom does have the King of Hearts, too. Maybe a sneaky check? Too much.
I mean, I think there's too much in there. You got a $500,000 pot in there. I mean, you just take it down.
Yep. Looks like 225.
Yeah, I would say 250 might be the best.
250.
He's still chunking out chips.
300.
375. Going to the
smokes.
pinks now. Getting awfully close to getting borderline over the front edge of those cards.
Okay.
Because right now he's
It's like 330.
yeah, it looks like a big old chunk.
335.
A lot
And
of
a sample.
chip counting, and as he moves forward, those other cards are going in.
I use my one time.
All right, blinds are now 30-60 with a 30K big blind ante. Chips
we
are
switched
kind of
dealers.
they're kind of leveling out a little bit. I mean,
Yep.
you're at 1-6, 1-3, 1, 700, and Rich is kind of sitting back at 580.
Literally
sitting back. Yeah. Jordan's all at that end of the table by himself. It's always funny to see how tournaments kind of work out where they're like at, because sometimes you get the guys who are sitting right next to each other, and then other times they're at opposite ends, and it's just kind of a different dynamic. Would you, if you're playing at a table, obviously for the good God, another ace king. Well, Rich, now's your time to shine. Folds around to the blinds.
I'm actually really liking that Rich raised here and didn't. Most guys would just shove their 10 big blinds in. But
Shove their 10, their
10 bigs in. But Rich is going for the value.
which he's going to get. Well, we'll find out if he's going to get. If he gets out flopped here, that's going to be bad.
But
I think it's a better play in the long run.
it is a better
Because here you
play.
go. You flop top, top, and he
Now you
flops
can get,
middle, middle. Like that? Flop, top, top, middle, middle.
I do.
And now he's thinking about maybe taking too long to get it in there. Weird camera stuff happening. Oh, he's still all in. 400K. Vince gets away from it. I think
I think you sensed the
I think
live
the
for a
long
while.
pause
Yeah.
gave away Rich's hand a little bit.
Yeah.
Now, maybe it's intentional or not. I mean, I think at that point, if he'd have just, all right, I'm all in, like a devil may care kind of all in, that seemed like a very calculated all in.
So 1.4, 1.3, 9, 8, 7. So, news in the poker world.
What?
Jordan won a ring. Next day,
Todd won a ring! I saw that! How
Oh,
crazy
so-
is that? And what did he win a ring for?
6 max turbo. It was like
Oh,
75K.
It was?
Single day. 75K.
Holy shnikes.
I know.
You're kidding me.
No.
That's a freaking big fat old.
So I don't know who's got whose action between Bronco, Todd, and Jordan, but they probably all have it interweaved, so it's probably a good week for all of them. If 2 of them are winning rings, so it's pretty sweet because he's come close a lot. And he plays them every single time, so it's a long time coming for him to actually close the deal and win one. Tom with 8s, Min clicking it, basically. To 130. Jordan defending his big blind with the king queen off. Ace, jack, 7. Bad flop for both players. But Tom has a quote-unquote range advantage here. He hits this board a lot more than Jordan, so he's going to just fire out and represent that he has an ace, he has a jack, he has the high cards. And Jordan takes it. Jordan folds. Tom takes it with 8s.
Nice.
Betting 8s on ace, jack, 7 isn't easy. I think he understands that he has all the aces and he has all of the
He's repping all those hands.
hands in his range. Chip leader. He was 1 card from elimination.
Not too long ago.
Yeah, now he's can't even stack his chips. Rob's just been sitting there in the Puma hoodie. Picked up aces, and besides the ace,
Yeah,
chilling,
has been fairly card dead.
Rich with eights.
200 to play all day.
Full 3.33.
Ace deuce, Tom?
Nope.
No. Try to give Rich's pot away. Well, Rich has basically effectively doubled up without, almost doubled up. He's at 900,000 now. Jordan is now the new short stack. 8 big blinds left. Gonna have to pick a spot here.
All right, hand number 20. Incoming. He's out of there. Vince tens. Man, somebody's got something every hand.
I know. I told you this is a crazy game of poker.
And he's bombing it. 300,000. This is one of those things. You're going to take it down a bunch, but when the guy shoves on you, you're going to have to fold. It's such a huge sizing. But you do take it down enough times to maybe make it. Naoon picking up a rack. Good employee. Good volunteer.
A little bit of everything.
Looks like Big Rob just doubled up in the back. I like Vince's chip stack.
You gotta go wide and high.
Wide, high.
His cards have declined a little bit, though. Ace 10 for Tom. He's lighting up, folks.
Oh boy. Guys, here's some advice. Use the big chips.
Yeah. It's tilting to use small chips.
I don't think he put out the right amount.
He didn't. I think he thinks those are 25s.
I'm always so confused.
Yeah, no, it's just a
I
call.
think he put out 80,000. He put out it's 80,000, and it's
And honestly, I think he thinks the pinks are 25Ks and the 25Ks are 5Ks.
that would make sense.
I can't imagine any other.
Yeah, I don't think he was trying to limp the ace 10 but
No, and I think it ends up getting that weird reaction. Ends up getting Rich. Oh no, Rich
yeah,
checked.
Rich just checked, yeah. But he gets the best flop. Somehow Tom is going to get rewarded by this.
I don't think this is an angle. I think it's just a goof.
Yep.
And it's the best
And
paying
Rich
goof
just
of all time.
over pots it.
Again, he cannot fold. You don't give yourself any outs.
All in call, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
Drawn to a
And we're getting
6.
stacks in.
Pretty wild.
That's the problem with betting so big, guys. You bet 200K, now all of a sudden you're like committed here with no kicker. And ace 10's going to stack him. Not saying he could have got away from it, but like you
But
don't
he had
put
960,000, right? We just talked about it. He had almost doubled up from last time. 910,000, whatever it was. Yeah, because the pot's 1.8 million. So he had 900K to start the hand. I mean,
If he made a double, would you?
and
Pile it
again,
up
you
with
got
top
Jordan.
aces.
You got Jordan. Yeah, I mean, I get it. The way it happened out, if Tom would have gotten the raise that he wanted to, no way the big blind calls there. He folds and he lives to see another hand. But the problem is that you're first to act with your 10, no kicker. I get the idea of betting it, but bet enough to where if you have to fold, you can fold. Or maybe he was thinking this is his spot. I'm getting it all in no matter what.
Remember you put in like.
It's hard to put Tom on ace 10 there.
Yeah.
But you could have king 10, queen 10, jack 10, 10 9, 10 8, 10 7. All those are good.
10-5 is good.
10
Any
5,
10's good.
any 10s.
Besides 10-4, 10-3, or 10 deuce, he probably would have folded those pre-flop.
Yeah.
I'm shocked.
So weird hand, weird play
Yeah,
out.
that was weird.
I'm just saying, like,
Weird.
So you wanted to raise, right? Pre-flop.
Here, you wanted to raise pre-flop, right?
It looked like
I
you put in
did,
more than.
but I didn't need to. You know what I mean? It's like
I wonder if Tom's just really drunk.
I don't know.
I mean, he's been
Rob
chugging
with
beers.
jacks.
you can't really.
Changing the subject, folks. Ball 4, just a bit outside. Ball 16. Hey, he's walked the bases loaded. See, the nice thing is I can make major league references to you because I know you're such a big baseball fan
Yeah,
that you would
yes.
get. That's the one where we'd be like, hey, did you see this 90s movie? You're like, oh, absolutely.
Absolutely.
But I ask you about Back to the Future, you get no freaking idea.
I've seen Back to the Future. I don't understand it. I don't think I saw it as a kid.
It's weird. It's still
Like you have to go back into the future.
right back to the future.
Right. It's not like.
Right. I think it's a play on word.
Yes.
It's fun though.
All right, Jacks get through. Vince folds an ace.
Damn, final four.
Tom's a chip leader.
Tom's chip leader.
I'm not saying that was a gift, but I mean
It was a gift.
It was top pair against top
I mean,
pair.
again, I don't think
But-
it's a very weird play out. Right?
Like Tom almost played it so bad that the guy could have got away from 10-6 and then he silked it. I don't mean so bad, but like he played it in a weird way.
right.
Where like the only way the guy could ever fold top pair there is if he pots it and then Tom rips it on him, and that's the way it played out. And then Rich
He still didn't.
called.
Yeah. Which I get. I think maybe he thought Tom was trying to make a move there. Maybe put him on 9s. I don't know. He could beat 9s. Can't beat anything else.
Be a straight draw.
How much did Tom bet on that? I'm sorry, not Tom. How much did Rich bet on the flop?
200 into 180.
Okay, so he bet a little more than the pot. Isn't great, but it's not awful. I mean, he could have bet 150 there.
He could have bet
150.
80, 100.
I mean, 150, I think, is a prime number there.
Okay.
He bets 150. That leaves him with 150, 60, and 60. No, 16, 30, 90.
You guys want to like
What is that? 280. I mean, he still would have had 600 and change. He still has Jordan outpipped on chip stacks if he folds there after that slightly larger range of 200,000.
Yes.
He could have still gotten
Okay, that makes sense. Now.
2/3 of his chip stack he had left.
yo, how
So I think a little over aggressive on the bet there. Jordan, ace 7 suited. Is he going to make a move here? Small blind?
All in should be.
Yeah, pretty standard move here. Not even leaning forward. Yeah, I'm all in. Tom with the mystery hand of the day.
Gets
Missed
out of
that circle.
the way. 90K for Jordan, which is huge.
Yeah.
You don't have to do that too many times. Pick up 90K a couple times, and you're right back in the
Yeah, he's
yo,
got
you
10
guys
big
wanna
blinds.
Maybe play for.
Slams
Want to play for
And an Annie.
You go from 9 to 10.
That's crazy.
total?
At least you got this match.
So Tom went from one card left in the deck to save his tournament life to now he's the tournament chip leader.
Yes, massive.
Nice.
How about we take off a grand and take off a grand,
We're doing some chopping, opportunities.
leave a grand, 1,000.
Hey, at this moment, let's talk about Chop It Up Poker Podcast,
Okay,
which we're eventually going
at some point.
to record.
Yes.
We've got some plans. We've got some pilot stuff going. We've got some equipment that's
We
now
just want to
here
be
and ready.
all ready to start when we start.
Right, we want to have like maybe 5 episodes to do, but it is going to happen.
Yeah.
So be on the lookout for Chop It Up, a poker podcast brought to you by CCG Poker Radio.
Sounded pretty good.
It's not bad. I got a voice for radio.
You do.
I got a face for TV, but I got a voice for radio.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, so we're back from a little break, and
They're talking about 30,000.
they have made some kind of deal, right? We don't really know what. I couldn't
Yeah,
quite
now
catch
he's
it,
writing in a red pen here. Something's going on.
but that's fine. It's the one time that we allow them to do a
Yeah,
chop.
I think they took some money off first to make sure everybody gets a little bit more, and then they're still playing for
in
a chunk.
fourth. Yeah, which is good. All right, Tom's got ace deuce, our chip leader. He is the small blind. Why the hell is it starting there? Oh, he just called and Rob checked with 10-6. Oof, 10-6. I'd be looking at 10-6 if the guy to my left just got knocked out with 10-6, and I would have chucked it.
It's tough to chuck it. All you have to do is check.
Bet and a fold. Massive. Fast fold.
I can't believe I'm still here. Yo, I can't believe I'm still here.
Slow mock there.
Slow mock. Well, then then it got kind of stuck in the table. It's good. It's good. It's close. It's close. All right, looks like voluntary put in pot is definitely Vince and Tom taking the highest honors of that. Rob has not really voluntarily put anything into the pot, and Jordan basically only puts money in the pot when he has to.
But I hope you get first.
It's easy, right?
Yeah, let's do
Jordan
it.
shoved
It's,
twice. He shoved once and called
fucking,
it. That was
it's
it.
team poker now. It's us against you guys.
Tag team, bro.
Yeah.
Tag team.
Oh man, that would be great.
That would be gross. I wouldn't even know how they played.
Four-handed.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Are you just going to repeat me?
I'm just going to repeat everything you say. I mean, we're 44 minutes in, so this is like when it starts to we start losing subscribers, right? Like the Gong Show, gone. They're cutting people left and right.
Although you see our numbers lately?
They're going up.
I'm a little scared.
We're going up. We're getting popular.
22 people watching. I was like, yikes.
Holy shnipe. I didn't even know we had,
Right.
my
22
mom,
followers.
my brother, and my wife only account for 3. That's
Right.
like barely over 10%.
Then my mom,
Right,
my
yeah.
dad,
So it's about
and my
20%.
sister. Right. So
Yeah, it's about
It would
6
never
people
be
out of
this way if
22
we
is
were
family. But hey, there's still another, what,
But
16 out
Ryan's
there?
our biggest fanboy, I
Yeah,
think.
that's true.
It's okay.
Manoli probably watching himself.
Every week.
Yeah.
Richie.
All right, so yeah, we're not as popular as we
Yeah.
think we are. But it's fun.
But shout out to those guys.
Hey, appreciate you watching. Hi, my name's Rich. I'm a first-time caller, long-time listener. Just want to call and say thanks. How is Richie doing? I haven't seen him in a while.
Pretty good. He helped us measure the chip thing a couple weeks ago.
Okay, Vince flops 9-10 here for an... nope, still gut shot. Jordan's
table
got a
records.
different gut shot. Jordan bet it up. Oh, no, Vince bet. Jordan folded.
Yo, this is a great.
Vince just playing
Vince has the
aggressive.
opportunity. He has, yeah, I mean, he's playing his chip stack. And the bubbles moderately burst. Even though they were all in the money prior to this, they've all gotten more than fourth place money.
Plus Jordan showed that
It goes past midnight.
Yeah. You gotta watch your table. You gotta listen. You gotta learn. It's funny on Twitter. Somebody had asked card chat or chat cards. I don't know, whatever the one I interact with all the time is. They had said like, how do you fold kings in a cash game? And my response was by playing with somebody. You have to have some kind of historical data, right? Like you either play with them a lot. Like if Patty Rich 4-bets me and I've got kings, I fold because I know he's got the goods. The kid's not making a 4-bet there with anything other than aces.
I'm all in.
You know, Jordan, same thing. Vince knows he's been folding every time you put any kind of pressure on him. The guy's basically a house of cards
Yeah.
in a windstorm. He's just folding. You know, a mild fart would knock over his stack.
Rob finally picks up a hand shoves.
I mean, Rob's another guy. He has not been tested once. He has not gone down to a showdown. He hasn't had to show any hands.
Nope.
He played aces, tens, jacks, and now ace queen. Big cards. But nobody knows that. He could have been playing 10-6, 5-4, 8 jack, and 7-6. Nobody would be the wiser. I mean, we are now because we can see the cards, but
Nobody else.
nobody else. Besides Richie, my mom, your mom,
Right.
my dad. I don't even think he knows how to watch it.
No. One-eyed.
One-eyed.
Did you see that Sports Illustrated called Barstool bargain at $450 million? So now they're playing that whole card. Yeah, right.
That it's worth more.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. You know I love Barstool. You see there was a Barstool where there was like a 10-year-old kid watching the halftime show and his mouth's wide open and he's just staring at the TV.
I don't think he's 10. I think
And
he's
then-
like 4.
No, he's older than that.
Yeah, but
And,
still, I've seen it, yeah.
And it was like the day little Tommy never wanted to play with Legos again. I mean, it was great. Very, very funny.
I wasn't a big fan of that halftime show, though.
I
but
thought it kind of sucked, to
It
be
did.
honest.
It did.
I mean, it is what it is. I mean, the halftime shows are never great.
Sometimes they're good.
I don't know. I miss the old days when it was like Aerosmith or Sir Paul McCartney.
Yeah, they did that after. That was like the post-MTV
Yeah. Janet Jackson.
Janet Jackson thing. Then they
nipples
went all like
reveal.
old school.
Those were fun.
Like
But I like
Slash.
I like
Red
it
Hot
better when
Chili
they have like
Peppers.
a couple of different people do it. what was the one with Bruno Mars, and then they brought out like,
A little
who else came out? Like Slash came out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like cool, weird stuff like that, where it's like, man, you reach a
wouldn't,
huge
like,
audience.
Yeah, and you wouldn't like combine them.
And they're doing covers of like Beatles songs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's a great, more fun. Like I get it. I knew a handful of the songs that they did because like I don't know other than Jenny from the Block. Like
Yeah.
I had no idea any of the other songs. Like it would have been cool if like her and Shakira did like, I don't know, Santana song or something, or
Right.
you know, something like a mix up or a mash together. I felt would have been more cool than just
Kings for Rob. Shows him.
obviously finally shows the goods. I haven't had cards the whole time. It's not true, Rob. You've had great cards the whole time. Down to 4, January stack final, pre-flop raise. 23% of the time is Vince. Rob is now getting up there since he's done a few.
I think Lady Gaga
This is
had a
a
good one a couple
slightly
years ago.
skewed because Tom has actually tried to raise 3 extra times,
Yeah,
but put out
but
the wrong chips. But, you know, whatever. And then I think Manola yells at him here in a minute. He's like, hey, can you put your big chips out front? He's like, they are. He's like, no, the brown ones are the big ones, not the pinks. Speaking of which, you want to see this on air? Oh, Gary Vaynerchuk just texted me. Pretty cool. Got something to show you, Brando.
Okay.
You ready?
Can't wait.
I'm going to reveal it right now. 1, 2, 3. Bingo. Better, right? Oh, did I already show this
You
to you?
showed me this.
Damn it. Big reveal. Revealed already. But we can
And I still
reveal
gotta
it.
change the color.
I got a plan for this. Thursday.
We need to switch those 2 colors. What the $1 looks like needs to be on the outside, and what the outside looks like.
I got that. And I got a better plan for the logo because I'm not going to do the same color on the inside. I'm going to do that. So for those of you who have not figured out what we're talking about right now, big announcement of this Thursday Night Poker. You've heard it here first, Mom and Richie
50
and
minutes in.
the Schweizersons.
That's fine. Say it wrong.
I
Don't
did.
Say it right.
I did.
All right, hold on. We got it all in. Let's pause.
No. Oh,
All in
cliffhanger?
a call.
Okay, all in a call. Tom's got ace jack versus Jordan's ace 10. Jordan finally gets a big hand here and up against the monster jack. Gonna need a lot of big cards. Ooh, he did. Ace queen 9 is pretty good. You can turn a queen, turn a 9. 9, 10, 7. Oh!
Nope.
Gets the jack in the face just to really put it down. That hand pretty much played itself. Eliminated in 4th place, Jordan.
Literally with a
Thank you for
table
watching. Thank you
knock.
for playing. Played well. I liked it. Pretty standard plays.
Right.
Nothing
crazy.
but didn't really get an opportunity to do anything crazy, like try to outplay anybody or anything like that.
Well, every
Just-
time we got 9-4,
He's
could've
short
shoved it
stack.
in, but
Yeah, I guess.
playing crazy.
That's playing crazy. So anyways, back to our big announcement. We are going to get new chips for CCG, both cash game and tournaments. Bomb dropped. Because that is our biggest complaint at CCG, is it not?
Maybe second biggest.
What's our biggest?
I'm just kidding.
Oh, definitely the chips. Nobody likes the chips. Can't shuffle them. Can't. They're so dirty.
Yeah.
Lots of stuff on the chips. So we're gonna get all new chips, which is gonna be great.
80 plus.
Super exciting. Lots of fun. Yeah. I thought there'd be more clapping.
I can't wait.
More fun
And
stuff.
champagne new chips too.
Yeah.
Because those are the old.
Oh,
those are the
they're
ones
bad.
that.
So all new setup for everything, and enough chips to cover a huge event like the meetup games,
Yeah.
Black Friday.
we don't have to mix the chips.
Correct. It's
Use
just
3 different sets. like we
easier
did.
to get them all done. So, anyways, that's exciting.
Yeah.
Jack 9 for Vince. Looks like they're suited, but they're not. Tom's are suited, though.
Yeah, they are.
Ace 6, diamonds. Suited Fletch.
Tom's my favorite player in this tournament.
Yeah, he's having fun. I think he just called.
He hasn't done anything.
I think he's thinking of calling.
I think he just put out a handful of chips. I don't
Yeah,
think he
he's
has
just
any
throwing
idea
out
what's
chips.
going on.
Seeing what they are. Oh, you got it right that
Some of
time.
us right. Nope.
Nope.
Wasn't.
Nope. It's close, though. It's close.
Okay.
Flop comes down ace, deuce, 8. So, pretty good flop for Tom. He sneakily checks. He's trying to bait Vince into betting into him here, which Vince is going to do. Which I think I would have done too. I mean, you're the pre-flop raiser. You get a call, and ace comes out. The other guy checks into you. You've got to rep that ace, right? Until you find out that you get check raised. Is this an opportunity where you would just check raise right away, or
No, flat call.
flat call no matter what he puts
I'm
out
always just, I don't know. I'm
You're a
finding
flat call
less
guy?
I am. I'm finding less spots to raise. It's like if you raise here, you're only going to be getting it in against
A better
hands.
Okay.
And if you raise, you're also going to be getting rid of all of the bluffs.
Right.
So what does raising get? What does raising accomplish?
Nothing.
All the worse hands fold, and all the better hands put in more money.
Yeah. That seems like the absolute worst combination there.
Right.
All
And
the,
especially
all
Ace
the-
8 Deuce Rainbow.
Is he gonna fold?
I mean, he could fold. I mean, folding's an option too. I mean, Vince is
Repping a better ace.
repping an ace, and he's got to think, man. Well, like if I call 350 here, and
Can
I
I
check
fold?
the turn?
Well,
He bets
see-
600. Now I'm gonna have to put on my whole tournament life. Rob's gonna sneak in the money.
So this is also
This might be
a
a sick
grab and hold that I very rarely go down. It's not the idea of
What street you're on? It's the
what
next-
street I'm on.
it's the next street.
Then it's like now I have to. Now he folds, which I commend. I think it's a really difficult fold that he did, and I really like. But I have a hard time figuring out. Okay, let me peel off another card here. It's like, well, what am I really doing? You're not only making the decision for the flop, you're making the decision of what are you going to do in the turn and what are you going to do in the river.
Right.
When you are you going to bet the
Like if
turn?
he calls the flop, he's basically saying, "All right, I'm not going to."
So, I mean, I can't really compare
I mean, you
to,
should
like,
be, because otherwise, why are you calling?
And even if
To
I
see
did-
one more card, and then
It
what
becomes
comes
a
out?
3.
Okay, great. No,
7.
a blank, a wet napkin.
Now he bets again.
Does he check it? Are you betting into Vince now? Like, what are you? Like, what do you
Well,
do?
you check, and then if Vince bets, like you should be calling again because
Right.
you called the flop.
So
you know
now,
that Vince is going to do
now
that.
you're in the check call mode, or
And then, well, here's the thing. You find out if you're good on the turn too because Vince will slow down a lot. Like, Vince.
if he checks and Vince checks, then
Back,
you
then
know,
you're
now
like,
you know
"Alright,
your
I'm
ace is
pretty
good.
good."
You're feeling much better.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because any ace, king, ace, queen, ace, jack, ace 10, ace 9, any ace
Is going to fire another
gonna
bullet.
fire again.
All right.
Yeah.
Good times.
Did he shove that hand?
I don't know. I don't know what happened.
No, he folded.
No, I think this is just
40-80.
this is the
This
next
is the
hand.
next hand, okay.
I think he's the small blind. We're trying to figure out how to get a small blind in there.
Okay,
It's too much. Nope. I'm telling you, he doesn't know which chips are which. Look, Manoli's on massive tilt. Has no idea what's going on. And then he's got to put his cards on the reader. Yeah, it's great. It's great. He's playing his game. He's in the zone so much that he's.
Tilting the dealer.
Tilting the
All
dealer.
the players have the dealer.
And then he calls, and then he's like, "No, I wasn't betting. I was trying to get out my 30K, 40K, my $40,000 big blind ante." But he's not. He's a small blind. Doesn't even need to put in the ante. Oh, it's great. Jack 8-8. Actually, not a terrible flop for Tom. Rob's so confused right now. He doesn't know what's going on. Check, check. This hand might get checked all the way down. Ace high, good. 4 good. Tom bets here. Rob folds 1,000%. I think this is 5,000, 10,000. That's
think Rob's gonna call.
80,000. Nope, 2 something. 225 is the bet into a
think Rob's gonna
$200,000
call.
pot.
He's going.
Rob's giggling. He doesn't quite know. He's only got 800,000 though. It's a quarter of his chips. A little more.
He's got it in him.
Checked. Fuck.
Find it.
Find it, Rob. No. Vince is laughing. He's having a good time. What'd you have there? You got nothing, right? Yeah, nothing. Shows the bluff. Shows the bluff. Gets a head scratch from him. That's the worst. Is the lean back head scratch. Son of a bitch. How did I fall for that? Oh, it's so good. All right, chip count. Tom is still our chip leader with 48% of the chips. Vince at 36, which means those two account for a little over 80% of the chips. And poor Rob, who just took lost a 400K pot. Could have gotten that one. Brought him right back into this game. Tom's the button. So, see if you can get him on top of those. Nope. No, you got it. Jack 3 suited. Jack 10 suited. Rob's just going to limp in there. Vince with the king. This is some next level play here. I think Rob was looking to get a raise there out of Vince and maybe re-raise him. King 7-5 needed 2 clubs to get any action from Rob here. I don't think it's going to be check, bet, fold.
Dude, they're just pounding.
Yeah.
250 into 200.
Yep.
Like 150 is going to get the same
Do you
thing
think
done.
it's because of the fact that the chip stacks are bigger?
I
Like,
don't have any idea.
right.
I don't know what's going on. 250 into 200 though.
They are awfully quiet. All you can hear is chips.
Yeah.
Chips ruffling. Big amounts of chips. don't think that went in the garbage can. I think Johnny missed there.
I missed it.
It looked like he threw it, looked at it, he's like, nah, maybe I should go pick that up. It was on camera.
40 more, please.
It's a hipster guy. What's he doing?
First half.
Is that a knife in his back pocket? What's flopping around back there? Handkerchief?
Handkerchief?
Who has a handkerchief anymore?
Hipsters?
I guess. I mean, I'm pretty hipstery, but still. I don't carry a handkerchief. Ace Queen from Rob. All right, Rob, let's see what you got here. You're on a button. You got Ace Queen. 6th best hand in poker, according to Brandon.
Yep.
240.
You raced. And a non-reasonable race, 240,000. Vince snap calls with King 10.
Yep.
Figures he's got a huge chip stack. Might as well get it splash around a little bit.
King in the window. Oh,
To the
that was
wall.
a queen.
Yeah. Rob's got the best hand so far. Continues with the best hand on the flop. He's got the button. You're in the spot you want to be. The other guy's counting out chips. Looked like Vince was thinking about betting there. Do you ever cut out chips and see what the other guy does?
No.
Do you think you should?
I don't know.
I don't know. I never do, and I think like maybe I should. Maybe I should be like.
But
counting
then isn't
chips
like
down and,
reverse like tell? Like,
I don't know which one it is.
because now like you
Is
count
it
out
reverse? Because
chips
if
and
I
then-
have no idea what I'm doing, then how are you going to get a read off of it?
Right. All right, this is a little float ski by Vinny.
Yeah, he's trying to turn the draw here. He doesn't want anything. Maybe a jack. All right, well, gave him a gut shot. Not a scare card for Rob.
This might be a turn where Vince leads, though. This might be the turn that he was looking for.
I think he already.
bluff.
No, he did.
What do you say? All in call. Yeah, I figured that was going to be a
Yeah.
bluff card.
Look at he's smiling. He's like, damn it.
Jack ball.
Jack will do it. Put Rob out of his misery. It's a 7 though. Ace Queen's gonna be good. Super 2 pair versus float. We all float down here, Brandon. You ever watch It? Were you an It fan?
No, never seen any hits.
Any
Even the new
It's?
ones.
Yeah, I never saw chapter 2.
300.
It was good. Second one, or the remake was good. I like the original too.
Game is nuts.
You won't leave us.
I like to remember being in second
You won't
grade,
let us.
like, thinking
You won't
about
let us play heads up.
It is. I'm not in second grade anymore, and I still think it's one of the scariest movies of all time.
like the original one.
Yeah,
Ace Queen.
Really bad.
scares the shit out of me.
Yeah. Okay. Like
I hate clowns. Stephen King also frightens me. Just in general, his books are crazy. I mean, the guy's got serious mental screws loose.
Yeah,
He's
no,
a heck of a writer.
of course.
I'm not a big Stephen King, like, I don't read Stephen King books.
All
I know
hits
there's
some
people that
points
like,
left.
follow him religiously. It is nice, though, that he writes so many
When you're
books.
ahead.
Because I like when I find an author and then they release a book, like, every 2
Once a
years.
year.
At best. You're lucky if it's once a year. Normally, it's, like, way longer. I feel like these guys like George R.R. Martin and Patrick Rothfuss are 2 authors that I really like. And R.R. Martin's going to die before he releases the last 2 books of Game of Thrones. I don't even know if I care anymore,
yeah.
to be honest,
And 80.
which sucks because they were good.
Pretty bad ending.
It was a pretty bad ending.
Pretty brutal.
Pretty brutal. Pretty brutal. King 8 versus King 7 here. Not quite sure why I got a British accent. At
I
the
just
moment.
can't believe that they.
We're still on Game of Thrones.
Yeah, I can't believe that they just. What do we got going on here? 22 outs?
Well, spoiler alert. Anybody who's been listening and watches
I mean,
Game
if-
of Thrones. I'm just saying spoiler alert.
We're done with spoiler alerts.
I'm
It's
just throwing it out
2020.
there.
That came out in 2000.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert.
Go ahead.
How do they just beat the White Walkers in the first battle?
Yep. It was like the
7
whole show.
seasons of.
It
them
was like
being
they just
scared?
ran out of. They're like, we're not gonna do that.
They should have lost, and then the other army should have beat them. They should have
Something-
lost
something
at
should have
Winterfell
happened.
and then beat them at King's Landing.
Right. It kind of sucked.
Right. They should have had to retreat, gone back, asked for Cersei's help, had to combine, and then beat him. It's cool to beat him in the end, and the good guys win. Like, that's fine.
Right.
But
Or
don't just,
together, and then they like figure out it's more appropriate where it's like, oh, we had to like
Could-
band together
right,
against
it's
it.
a bigger cause, like
Right.
we're the greater good kind of thing.
Correct.
Like, if we put our differences aside. But
Right. That didn't happen.
no, it's just like, oh, we're going to beat him. Epic. All right, now it's over.
Cool.
Cool, now we're going to go just march on and. Yeah,
For
it's
Clegane Bowl.
done, which was
A letdown.
It was a whole letdown.
Yep.
I don't mean to be.
That happens.
Rude, but, Brown's probably in front.
6-7 suited for Rob versus King 7 for Vince. Oh, I forgot about this. So Tom just decided 3-handed in a tournament. You know, I gotta go to the bathroom.
You gotta go. You gotta go.
I mean, 48%, half the chips in play. Blinds
What's
are
the worst that
40-80.
happens? You lose 8%. Oh well, I still got 40%.
Right. I mean, whatever. I mean, this is what happens.
If Manoli wasn't on full blown tilt, now he is.
I get it. You got to have your priorities straight.
Wait, what I make?
At least the blinds are going to be out accurately
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
with big chips and.
And you know what? It's probably faster this way.
They agree that no, they're. Manoli's
I
trying.
actually thought you had a flush draw.
Yeah. I mean, Rob with force.
Yeah.
What do we have?
I mean, do you bet in here and try to take down
What's the
dead ship stack?
I'm all in.
250?
Come on, Rob. He's out.
I'd be like,
Make a move.
let's go. Let's get 5 hands in.
Raise to 250.
This introduces a weird dynamic.
It does, because now it's
There's
like
150 free chips out there. 150,000.
Yep.
It's almost like Rob has to raise with only 2 cards.
kind of defend, see what happens. As it turns out, he's got 2 overs. So let's see the flop here. Set would be a big card.
Playability's tough.
9-10-6. You could see check the whole way down here. Gonna give Vince the opportunities to catch up. Jack on the turn. A lot of opportunities
There's the
here.
queen ball. Brick.
3, 4s are good.
4's winner.
Rips the 4s as quickly as possible.
Oh god, I cannot believe that's good. Holy shit! I was just trying to steal his blind. I was literally just trying
Weird.
to steal his blind. Fuck.
It happens though.
Well, no, I mean,
Where'd he go?
to steal, yeah,
Huh?
I guess, right?
I don't know.
Holy shit, that scared me. Thank God you
This is CCG Poker TV first.
It is.
I'm out of there.
One of the chip leader at a 3-handed final table just vanishes. Like
it's a big
freaking
final table,
DB
too.
Cooper. Just gone. Can't find him. Don't know where he is. No
idea.
sign of him. No sign of the money. He's just gone.
Yeah, I think 120.
I will give credit to Manoli here. He's taking an exorbitant amount of time to give the man an opportunity.
Without,
Did he
like,
think
being
that they were going to
unfair
stop?
to those guys.
Correct, because he's got a deal. And he's got to take his cards back, and he's literally only putting him there to read the cards because nothing else. Those cards are dead. Like if Tom came running up, he would still muck them. Like they're gone. We're just holding them up to see what they are.
We do that.
So Tom had Queen 7 there, and looks like a fold win. It'd be funny if they both folded and he just won a hand without being there.
That'd be bad.
Oh, Lord.
You know what? It's pretty unfair.
All right, well, he's down 4% of his 48%. He's down to 44% now, so
But now he gets a free hand.
he does get a free hand. Tom with 3s. Here he is. Hey, Tom. Welcome back to the table. Looks like a...
Actually, water.
Yeah, I don't think that's a water. I think it's a jack and something.
1
He tried to steal it.
midnight.
In all honesty...
He just went to the bar.
Well, here, in all honesty, he was small blind when he left. He's small blind when he comes back. He only missed 1 round.
Yeah, he only missed an orbit.
Yeah, we do it.
Yep. I mean, hey, this is what poker's supposed to be. Fun.
Yeah.
I think everybody there enjoyed that little break.
50.
Tom's like, nah, I'm
Look
good.
at him. He fired out those chips
I don't
now.
even care. He's good to go.
50, 100,
He's
boom.
just thirsty.
I did, yeah.
Just thirsty.
I mean, I had a decent hand to do it.
God, Rob and Vince can't stop smiling.
No, I know.
They're like the cat that ate the canary. They literally just like, ha, we got all those chips. Yes. Did they split them evenly at least? I mean, I think Rob won 1, Vince won 1.
Yeah, they.
That was about it. And then they played 1 out. It's pretty funny. Just folded the
But
small into
Vince
the big.
won the one that Rob raised.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
No, he didn't. He won with the 4s. Now Vince has got 4s. Rob's got king queen suited. Vince with 4s. Tom with 7-3. Did not see a flop. Okay, now I got it. Rob is going to make a decision here with King Queen suited, which I think is a pretty easy.
Why?
1 million to call.
What,
1 million.
A pretty easy what? I can't
1
wait.
million to call.
I can't wait. To
I
hear
didn't
what
see
it
that. I did not see that.
Okay.
Okay.
I was like, it's pretty easy. I couldn't wait to see if you were going to say it's a pretty easy call or pretty easy fold.
I thought he just made a normal raise, and then I realized it said 1M. 1M to call there. All right, that was crazy, Tom.
Well, Rob made it 250.
Okay.
He raised.
See, I should
and
pay
then Vince
attention to
shoved.
that.
Then the fold makes sense.
Do you like this shove of force there? I mean,
Unexploitable.
I mean, what is it?
you do like that, unexploitable.
You can't get outplayed.
You can't be outplayed with your force at that point. You take the ability from the other player to make any decisions. You're down to just a decision. You decide if you
Stick
want
it
to
in
call.
there. I'm going to get 5 cards or none. And if he's got fold equity, I mean, he turned a 50-50 into like a 65-35 because you got all that extra, like 15% fold equity.
Right.
He has 50% of chance to win the hand plus an additional 15%. We're just making up a number, but some positive number.
Right.
Obviously, if he's folding king queen, he's folding other stuff. So
King Jack, Ace
some
10.
percent of the time he's folding, which gives you more than 50%.
Good.
6-3 suited versus 6-3 suited.
I love this.
Full fold. Yeah. Crazy Rob had both of their straight flush cards. 5 of diamonds, deuce of clubs.
That's funny.
Fletch is going out for his cigarette break.
Need those every once in a while.
Well, at least the math is easy.
All right.
And
We're winding down here, so we
How are we
know.
winding down?
Well, we know it's going to wind down.
Yeah, but they don't know that. You just spoiled it for them. I think this is going to go another hour.
It could. You want to make a bet?
No.
Okay.
Oh, not a blind.
Want any quick promos beforehand? So I know we've been talking about Chop It Up Podcast. That is the original. That is the name we're going with.
Yep.
We're going to have stuff. I'm going to say March 1. We're going to launch. March 1. That gives us a month to get 5
Month.
episodes.
This does not give us a month. First of all, this is the shortest month of the year, so you got to
No,
take
it's
that
not
into
leap year.
account. 29th is still shorter than all the other days.
By 1 day.
Okay, and we're already 5 days in,
Eh?
so we're down to half a month.
We better start recording something. I think we can do it at the events, and I want to do some like guest people, like, who's my guy, the CrossFit guy, Dan.
Yeah.
Dan loves doing it. Ice Haze will do it. We'll do one with like, I don't know, phone in from Mark in Houston, where CCG
Vinny.
just go to
I like
die.
Vinny.
Vinny's a great spot because he's like a low stakes grinder who's kind of outgrinded himself and has maybe had second thoughts about it.
Yeah.
Is he still doing it?
And he's dealing the valleys.
What about Chris?
I don't know what Chris is doing. Chris is playing video games.
Is he still living with Vinny?
Yeah.
Does he ever leave his house?
No.
That happens. Agoraphobic is what that called. Oh, I saw The Gentleman.
Yeah.
Best movie I've ever seen.
Whoa.
I have top 3 movies of all time. I won't say the other 2, but one of them is Snatch, for me, is one of my favorite movies of all time. And this, The Gentleman, is quite possibly better than...
What's it about?
It's awesome. I can't explain it. But you need to watch this.
I have a set against straight. Mm-hmm. You can't explain it.
It's good.
But, like, can you give me some sort of preference? What's it about?
Matthew McConaughey is an American who moved to England as a Rhodes Scholar, was in school and selling marijuana, really good marijuana, to like rich, preppy lord and ladies kind of guys. And it's Oxford, and it's Rhodes Scholar. And then he ends up becoming this big kingpin, and it's all the people. It's a Guy Ritchie. It's great. The movie's fantastic. I saw it last night. It was awesome. All right, so Vince called pre-flop with deuce 4 off, flopped the wheel. Tom flopped a straight. Or, I'm sorry. Vince flopped a straight. Tom flopped middle set. Obviously gets them all in here. Vince goes all in. Tom calls. Do you think Tom could have got away from it?
No.
This is just, you're just never getting away from this.
Nope.
Gonna need a board
Especially
pair.
with an ace on the turn.
So
Spades, diamonds.
the poker karma wheel comes full spin here. Vince probably should have been knocked out when it was King Jack versus Ace King, and he spiked the Jack for the straight. Now he gets the knockout with the unfortunate flop here. But pretty wild. See, I told you there's only 5 minutes left.
And Rob Playing tight and playing all night.
Play tight, play all night, folks.
I'll give you a little extra.
And here he is. Heads up.
I don't really want to play that.
So now Vince is going to have 4 million in chips. To Tom is, per the graphic, is not out yet. Although this was the 2 chip leaders going at it. They were all pretty equal in chips, though.
I mean, yeah, it's showing that he's got 85.
I got trapped him with an ace. I got him. I got him.
If the graphics were right.
Which I'm sure they are close. I mean, he's going to have
I mean, it's
something
clearly
left over.
they're counting it down. It's got to be kind of close.
I ever tell you how a guy once asked me if I could pause the clock during counting out chips?
No.
I was like, come on.
Wow. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
It's like, it's part of the game. Like, you
The
can't,
clock
you
just
can't pause.
the clock should be
The Gentleman's great. It's about Matthew McConaughey is like trying to sell his business of, you know, being a drug dealer. And he's not a dealer. He's basically more of a grower, right? He's the wholesaler selling to the distributors, right? And it's all about like the sale and all the people involved in it. It's really, really, really well done. It's really good. It's really funny.
The way we were all playing is that
You start with like a flash
You ain't gonna take
forward,
us
and then
out
you
with
catch
top
up,
air.
and then the rest of the movies after that. It's really cool. Like the movie itself is, like, again, one of my top 3 movies of all time. I love it. I think it's great.
Look at this. Look at this. This is impressive. And I think our graphics are pretty
close.
accurate.
It's gonna have
8 million pots. Like,
maybe not quite 85, maybe 65.
I mean-
It's close to 85.
I mean, it's.
I love it.
It's
I love
close.
it.
It's good. All right,
was
so
so
Tom
sure
still
that
has a
it
very
would be
small
because I've been
sliver
running
of
so, like,
chance.
Yeah,
here.
chop it up.
We're
Three-way
all
chop.
Guys, chop
top
it
3
up.
in this tournament. We've had
You guys want to chop this?
I think they already did it, so in all honesty, I think Tom in his mind was like, nah, this is all
no way
free
you
money.
could, like, get to the
You ain't
top
folding a
3
set of
in this
fives there.
I'm not folding a set of 5s there. Absolute zero freaking
I was
chance
sure I
I
was gonna
ever
hit
fold
it.
5s there. Not happening.
Especially with an ace on the turn.
Never,
Two
never
flush
happening.
draws, straight draws,
They had like 6, 7.
lower sets.
Anything can, it could have anything there.
Vince has deuce 4.
Big.
All right, all in for the 85, which is the. He's actually not all in because the blinds are 50, 100. But he can't.
He's in
he
for
can't-
50?
Yeah, he's in for 50. But he's all in.
Yeah, I'm in there. Call. He doesn't even have to call.
Ooh,
anymore.
Kings. Look at his face. Like, sorry.
No, I mean,
I don't know what you want me to do there. It is a 220K pop because he wasn't the ante.
Yeah,
like,
he gets the.
he gets everything, which is kind of huge.
can I fold
Full
there?
double up
Ace
plus the
hit.
full
Drawn
50K.
dead. Oh, not drawn dead. 9 ball.
Woof.
Yo, what do you want
Pretty
to do?
crazy.
Yeah.
Give you a little extra.
What a up and down roller coaster of a finish. Ends up in third. I think at this point the Vince and Rob are they're at
They're
57-50. They're chopping. Went to showdown, but I think they're pretty close in chips here. Vince does take a small chip lead and ends up being the actual champion to
Vince has got a
4 million. Yeah.
1 million.
I think he had a little more than 4 million. Oh no, because he was all in. Yeah, 3.9 million. 4 million to
Can I tip you?
probably,
4 million.
yeah, something like that.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah.
But anyways, that is Thursday Night Poker for this week. Thank you for watching. As always, come out and see us this Saturday, February 8th, at the VFW in Warville. Again, we'll be doing the live table or the CCG Poker TV feature table for the final for the $120 stack tournament, which has typically gotten well over 100 players
Yeah,
each and every
90
time.
to 110.
90 to 110. So it's a great turnout, lots of fun, lots of late registration. Come out and see us. Other than that, thanks for watching. Brandon, anything you want to say?
Yeah, play tight, play all night.
I mean,
Rob
Rob is the epitome
Yeah.
of play tight, play all night. Played very tight, aggressive poker. All right, we'll see you next time. Bye, everybody. You're not going to say farewell this time? Come on, say it. Last time. Give me like a really